Alright guys, welcome back to another video. I will apologize for how disgusting the camera quality was on the past two long forms. Let's see if this long form is any bad, and even with the innovations in terms of text and video quality that I made. For example, this light shining on my face right here. Hopefully that was good enough in innovation. I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see in the editing process and when this video comes out to know how good this is. And if it is, thank my lucky stars. And if it isn't, guys, please tell me what I can do. I'm already trying to look for jobs. One, so I can get experience, and two, so I can get a better camera. But with that out of the way, let's get to the topic of today's video. Why calisthenics is great for beginners. So let me start off with the first thing. Calisthenics is very good to give your body a decent challenge. And when I say this, you may think in regards to physical challenge, you may think of bicep curls, you may think of everything gym related, but you can also think of calisthenics. And not many people nowadays are thinking of that. They're thinking, oh, I need a gym. I need a gym to challenge myself. Well, in reality, no, you don't. You just need an exercise that is hard enough and challenging enough to give you that push and to give you a challenge that the gym would probably give you on its own. So in that regard, let me suggest you some exercises that are very good for this. Push-ups, pull-ups, dips, bodyweight squats, lateral squats, even variations. You can do whatever you want with this. And the thing is, you can stylize this to make sure you're getting the best bang out of your buck for a challenge in calisthenics. And when you consider the benefits it has, it is innumerable, which I will get into in the following two topics after this. But first benefit is that it's already giving you a great challenge. It's already putting you in a very good position to get some growth. And you don't really need a gym to do this. You could just do high reps, extremely high reps, or circuits. And circuits are probably much better than high reps, because sometimes if you go past a level in which you have to do more than 25, 30 reps just so you can get this cut, it's not going to help too much with your gains, because if you think about it, you're basically just pushing your body to more of an endurance state rather than hypertrophy. And that's what most of you guys watching this video are looking for right now, hypertrophy. So if you want hypertrophy, try circuits, because they are a better bet and they're a better bang for your buck, because one, they take less time to complete. They combine two muscle groups in one better than just doing one exercise at a time. And because, well, they destroy you afterwards. I did this one circuit just for a leg day in India, which was basically just do a bodyweight squat, do one lunge on your right leg, do one lunge on your left for 25 reps. And that three was basically just 25 reps. So if you consider how hard that could actually be if you have never done this before, then it is a perfect exercise. If you just get the form right and understand how to do the specific exercises and then just do it slowly, you will automatically feel it. And then add bits of explosiveness towards it as well, because you don't want to end up completely stiff afterwards. So it's good you import some explosive work so you can actually make better gains, because I know you want muscle, but if your arm is stiff, you might not be able to do something like grab a chair as easily as you normally would. So that's why I would suggest incorporating explosive exercises as well as stretches, so you can loosen it up after your workout. And with that out of the way, let's move on to the next topic. Why calisthenics is really good for improving your performance at sports. Now, all of these exercises you'll do in calisthenics are basically mimicking movements such as jumping, running, ducking, squatting, pushing, pulling. They are all very good to transfer into athleticism, and athletics combines a wide range of movement. If you consider this massive selection and consider how you're working out in calisthenics, then if you target it the right way, it can be very good to make gains in sports. And don't believe me? Look up some statistics, look up some studies, and you will find the answers. And also go look to reputable individuals, because they're very good with this kind of information. It's also a very good base before you go to the gym, because if you don't have a strong enough base, a strong enough muscle base, athletic base to qualify to people or to yourself that you're fit, you're not making any progress in the gym, because you don't have the form, you don't have the build, and worst of all, you probably don't have the strength for some of these exercises. Like for example, for a deadlift, you need to have a 45-pound plate, which is basically 20 kilos on either side of the bar. And if you're a beginner right now, you might actually be struggling with it terribly. So what I suggest right now, do calisthenics. Make sure you're strengthening your body to the point where it is strong enough to handle that kind of weight, so you can build the form for the exercise on top of it, and then everything will get stronger. So that's why I'm suggesting doing calisthenics first. Some exercises in the gym might not be possible for you to do right now. So calisthenics is a great way to compensate for that and to build up strength to the point where you can actually do them. For example, if you can do 20 push-ups, then it'll be easier for you to do a bench press with 40 kilos for 8 reps because you have a decent push movement in and you have decently developed your chest from doing push-ups. That is the thing I'm getting at here. If you can build a good base with calisthenics, you will make very good gains in the gym because you have taught yourself form consistently and make sure that you have been training your core properly the entire time. Because note that when people are doing calisthenics, there is not many seated exercises, and even when they are seated, it isn't really seated, as you would know. Because even a chair dip that you would see online, that is not actually seated. They're just hanging off a chair and then just dipping. Do you see them sitting in anywhere when they're doing that exercise? No. This is why it's super good, because your core is the most important aspect for sports and for anything in your perspective. If you don't improve it, then it will just remain a limiting factor, as you call it. It will remain weak and you won't make any progress. And this is why calisthenics is important. It is important because it actually trains something that most people do not, your core. So if you consider the effects, the benefits that calisthenics has, you're training your core as well as you're training other muscles, to teaching you all of these values, then you'll be able to apply them in the gym more effectively. And don't get me started on how people have started saying their core is a limiting factor. Your core is not a limiting factor, because that is just a pussy excuse for who do not want to use their core in their life. Seriously, people wear lifting belts in conversation. You should only be wearing a lifting belt when you are doing an exercise that is close to your 1 rep max or that is 5 reps or under. That is when you should be wearing a belt, not when you're sitting there in a conversation, because there is realistically no use for the belt, which is why you train calisthenics. It teaches you to use your core at all times, and it basically mimics everyday life movements, which help train your core and which will give you the values so that you are not completely weak. So if you enjoyed this video and if you learned something from me, please like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to click the notification bell so you don't miss any more of my uploads. Please share this to someone who actually needs to understand why they're doing calisthenics and why it's important, because I have a feeling a lot of you guys are going into this without much purpose. So I'm trying to guide you to find it again. And if you don't listen, that's your own problem, bro. It's your story. You've got to improve your life, not me. And I can only give you advice. So it would help really well for yourself if you just followed it. Even for anyone else online, just take the advice, use it in some way, and you're done. You're set. Just keep going, just keep being consistent, and over time, you will get the results you want. Just don't think about it too much, otherwise it will just consume you. All right? So I've rambled enough, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.